most knowledgeable senior trading manager with GDM. Today's session outlook, we're going to have a look at the most important events of this week. Of course, one of it is starting today, later into the trading session. As we can see, right now, the dollar is inching higher against a basket of major currencies, as of course also the treasury yields are making their way up. This is of course ahead of the widely expected interest rate decision from the Federal Reserve. Also, we're looking at a possible rate increase, which of course all investors and traders are focusing on. And of course, one of the key elements here of the statement from the Fed would be the message that they would deliver to the markets. And of course, this would be for the rest of the possible rate hikes throughout the year. Before we, of course, move to the charts, I would like to have a look firstly on the key details that we're looking through the week. Today, we're looking at some Tier 2 fundamentals, the industrial production out of the European Union, and of course the labor market conditions from the US. This would be something of an indication of the next possible currency pairs and commodity moves. Tomorrow, however, key day of the week, the unemployment rate for UK. This is what we start from with the average hourly earnings, and of course unemployment change from the European Union as well, with later throughout the day, just before the consumer price index, we're looking at the retail sales out of the US, and of course later throughout the day the economic projections out of the Federal Open Market Committee and Fed monetary policy statement, with of course interest rate decision and press conference to follow. Looking also at Thursday, key elements we're looking over there as well. Bank of Japan's monetary policy meeting, and of course press conference with the interest rate decision. Throughout the day, more interest rate decision out of the Bank of England. This is for UK monetary policy summary, and of course minutes from the BOE. Looking also at a weekly job data out of the US as well. This is all from the fundamentals, but let's have a look at the chart here so we can see where the currencies and commodities are moving. Looking at the euro-dollar chart, right now it's between the 50 and the 200 exponential moving average, contracting after the rise just above the 1.07 area. And of course, we're looking at a further sideways direction between the two key moving averages. Looking at the pound here versus the dollar, it has recently broken the key 1.2140 area, which of course would be a possible confirmation below. It could extend a bearish trend, which would be expected to continue, and of course a possible scenario could drive the currency pair towards 1.2070 and of course 1.2040. US dollar versus the Japanese yen, looking at a sideways direction after the rise just above the 115.40.50 area, which is of course a key area also on a daily chart to a sustained uptrend, which is currently still intact as the 200 exponential is also intact. So a rise above 115.50. We're looking at direction at 115.82 and of course 116. Oil prices after the fall from above $53 a barrel, we're looking at a sustained trading below the key $50 area, right now at 58.50. But of course it was contracting since the decline, the massive decline last week. We're looking at a very steady, mostly unchanged market for West Texas Intermediate. Gold prices here are facing some heavy resistance at the 50 exponential moving average, which of course is also an indication for a possible downward continuation. But as we know, the 2003 area is a very sensitive area, so a sustained trading above it could extend the upside towards 1215, or that's the 200 exponential break below the 1200 area. We're looking at a continuing movement down to the recent low of 1194.80, which was of course achieved last week on Friday. Well, that's all about the most important events of today, the most important technical assessment of the market. So we're looking at a steady sideways direction. Of course, we'll be focusing on the British pound versus the dollar as we're looking for a confirmation below the 1.2140 area, which was a key area, support area, now a resistance in the recent a few days. So a confirmation would take it further down below. That's all about it. Please like or subscribe, and of course we'll bring you up to date again tomorrow as well. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.